service line in a long time as a hit comes, and it should stay in bounds, and it does.
The serve, dug out by Bishop. This to the middle, and slamming one home.
Serves over, dug out by Brodzinski. Jones now an attack by Dylan Miller, killed good.
And free ball to the crossover. Eilertson will get the pass for Hawley, set up left side. Rusted down with the kill.
Set it up, Bostena left side. Big kill blocked at the net. Kept alive by the Greyhounds.
So Jones setting across court. Here's Sip with a right-handed kill. The attempt is in.
Header serve goes to Kiera Johnson. A libero, but mishandles it. It's an ace.
Jensen Richmond to Crockett. Crockett able to get it over. This one comes to middle again. Cope gets the kill.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on YourLiveEvent.com.
And a good Friday afternoon inside the Bismarck Event Center. It is semifinal number 2 featuring the number 1 overall seed and the champs of Region 1 in Northern Cass, the Jaguars, going up against the champs from the Region 8 in the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers here for Kenmare Bowbells. I'm Chase Miller. The winner will play Linton HMB tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the state championship in Class B, while the loser will play Thompson in the third place match tomorrow at 2 o'clock. What happened yesterday for Northern Cass, a 3-0 win over our Redeemers. Hallie Crockett and Josie Jensen with 10 kills each and 7 aces by Hallie in the win for Northern Cass. For Kenmare Bowbells, a 3-2 win over Dickinson Trinity. Kate Zimmer broke a record with 65 assists in the win for the Honkers. Brenna Strokeland had 27 kills for Kenmare Bowbells. The winner again plays Alliance tomorrow in the state championship, while the loser will play the Tubbs and Tommies for third place tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Still to come here on our pre-match show, we'll take a look at what's going on across State A. Also preview some of our player profile here between Northern Cass and Kenmare Bowbells. But let's take a look at these two teams a little bit more in depth. For Northern Cass, 37-1 on the season, head coach by Angie Johnson. Well, for Kenmare Bowbells, the Honkers 42-2 on the year, head coach by Tim Wallstrom. And taking a look at Tim, a very seasoned vet, 35th year here at the helm for the Honkers. 1,009 wins to 328 losses, 14 region champs and 2 state championships, most recently coming back in 2009. A UND alumnus here for Tim Wallstrom. On the opposite side, we go for the Northern Cass Jaguars here for Northern Cass, head coach again by Angie Johnson in her 4th year. This is she's went with the seniors from freshman to where they are now as a senior class. 119 wins, 15 losses and 1 tie, 3 region championships, and it's 3 consecutive seasons. And Angie Johnson, an alumnus of Concordia here for Coach Johnson and the Northern Cass Jaguars. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back after this, take a look at our player profile between the Jags and the Honkers as we get ready for the first serve. That'll be closer to about a 3:40 or so here inside the Bismarck Event Center. Thank you so much for tuning in, and a reminder, no matter what happens in this match, we will have Northern Cass and Kenmare Bowbells. We'll have that contest for you as well. That'll be tomorrow for Northern Cass, where they play Thompson at 2, or they play for the championship against Linton HMB at 6 o'clock. Join us then, but right now, buckle in and enjoy this state semifinal match. Can it top what we just had in 5, where Linton HMB came back and topped the Thompson Tommies 3-2? We'll find out if that's going to happen when we return here to the floor at the Bismarck Event Center. It's Northern Cass and Kenmare Bowbells. It's Region 1 meeting Region 8. This is the State Class B semifinals, and you got a front row seat right here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits, including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
As we continue here on our pre-match show, let's take a look at some of our player profiles here in this one for Northern Cass. The Senior 6, well, it starts with a Region 1 Senior Athlete of the Year. That's Hallie Crockett, 10 kills and 6 digs yesterday. She has over 1,000 digs in her career here for Hallie Crockett. And then Noelle Erickson, 14 assists for the senior setter, over 1,000 assists here on the season as well. Evenson at the libero spot with 4 digs so far in the tournament. And then you take a look at another libero, a middle hitter and middle blocker here in Elise Sand with 100 blocks on the season. She got 6 yesterday in their win over Ari Deemers. Jocelyn Austin as well, 4 kills, 6 blocks, 2 digs was her stat line. Just very balanced for the day. Jags, and Ashley Pepke came in and even got in the rotation there in the third set as well for the senior here. The senior class, without question, connected for Northern Cass with 37-1 record. Then you sprinkle in some juniors, and one of those, a 6'3" middle hitter in Josie Jensen with 10 kills and 7 blocks and 7 assists yesterday in the win for Northern Cass. For Kenmare Bowbells, the Hawkers here, a 5-setter that was just back and forth. You wonder what they got in the tank for energy after a match that started at 7 o'clock and got over a little under 9 o'clock yesterday here for Kenmare Bowbells. But take a look at them. Anna Strokeland, an outside hitter, 13 kills, 4 digs yesterday in their win over Dickinson Trendy. Lexi Holter, 11 digs and 1 ace in the win for the Honkers. And Kate Zimmer, the senior setter at 5'7" with 65 assists, a single match record in a State B competition contest, 8 digs and also 6 kills for Kate Zimmer for the 5'7" senior setter. And don't forget about Brenna Strokeland, 27 kills to lead the way for the Honkers and 12 digs for the senior middle hitter. She and also her with Ann Strokeland are sisters here in this lineup today for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers. Little history here on Kenmare. 2 state titles, 2007 swept Lisbon, 2009 1-5 over Hazen, and that's been their last state title match appearance. Last season, these two teams met on the volleyball court, and it was a win for Northern Cass over the Kenmare Honkers. On the opposite side for Northern Cass, 5 state tournament appearances, 3 straight here, finishing 4th place 2 years ago and runner-up as well here last season. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll take a look at what's happened so far on the Class A side today as well. That's all ahead of our American Crystal starting lineups and more from the Bismarck Event Center. It's Northern Cass, it's Kenmare Bowbells, it's the State B semifinals on your liveevent.com.
The Northern Cass School District believes that every learner can change the world. That's why they provide a world-class education. Northern Cass will commit to purposely build trust, develop authentic relationships, and engage in innovative practices which will empower learners to be choice-ready. Northern Cass is dedicated and passionate about relationships, teaching and learning, self-reflection, acknowledging greatness, and support of the community. For more information, go online to northerncasschool.org. That's northerncasschool.org.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Trace Tisburn. I'm confident on the stage, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
As we continue here on YourLiveEvent.com, take a look at what happened in the Class A State Volleyball Tournament earlier today. West Fargo won in 4 sets over the Fargo North Spartans, 3-1 in the consolation semifinals. Olivia Soini had 42 assists on top of what she did yesterday with 54 assists here for the West Fargo Packers. So Soini so far with 96 assists total in 2 matches here. West Fargo moves to the consolation championship. They'll play that at noon coming up here tomorrow inside the Bismarck Event Center. Going on right now, it's Bismarck, St. Mary's, and Fargo South. The winner to play West Fargo tomorrow at noon. The loser to play at 2 o'clock in the 7th place contest. Later tonight, here at a schedule for 5 o'clock, going to be pushed back later. Bismarck Century and Bismarck Legacy get underway in the semifinals. Then it's West Fargo, Cheyenne, and Jamestown in the other semifinals here on the Class A portion of the state tournament. And breaking a school record is Bowman from Bismarck Century. Not a school record, but a single match record yesterday with 15 blocks in a match for Century against Fargo North in the quarterfinals. So that, again, is a look at the Class A portion of the bracket. We'll keep you apprised as that continues. We'll take a break. When we come back after this, the starting lineups is next, and then the opening serve between Northern Cass and Kenmare Bowbells. It's the state semifinals on YourLiveEvent.com.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source from sunup to sundown. They're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance. Protecting those that protect America's food source.
Contact Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance, Hillsboro.
We've been around long enough to know that research in the lab reaps rewards in the field. At the Cess van der Haaf Innovation Center, we're working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature. We're dedicated to improving what we produce, so you can be too. Contact your local Cess van der Haaf dealer to learn about our varieties suited for your soils. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Cess van der Haaf, a passion that grows.
At the Thompson Public School, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit the website tps-k12.org for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and information on the construction project and new addition at the Thompson Public School. Follow them on social media and find Tommy Pride with student updates and events with the Thompson Public Schools. Stay in touch with your children's education or find out why the Thompson Public Schools is right for you. tps-k12.org.
As we get ready here for the starting lineups, brought to you in part by our friends at American Crystal Sugar Company. American Crystal, live the sweet life with the starting lineups here on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll start with the number 4 seed here in the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers, going up against the number 1 seed in Northern Cass. For the Honkers, they'll go like this. Lexi Holter, a junior opposite hitter in their win yesterday over Dickinson Trinity, 11 digs and 1 assist. Also, Ann Strokeland, the younger sister of Brenna Strokeland, the sophomore outside hitter with a 5'9", 13 kills and 4 digs yesterday in their win over Dickinson Trinity. From there, Presley Ziltinger, the sophomore setter at 5'7", will be in the rotation a little bit, but it's going to be mostly here. Kate Zimmer here for the Kenmare Honkers. Zimmer with 65 assists yesterday for the 5'7" senior. Also, Madison Maylene, the senior opposite hitter, 15 digs, 7 kills, 5 assists. Her stat line yesterday in the quarterfinals. Taya Offworth, a freshman outside hitter with 8 kills yesterday. Also, Bria Crest, the sophomore libero at 5'6" with 7 digs. You got Abby Kohler, the senior middle hitter with 13 kills, and Brenna Strokeland, the senior middle hitter at 5'11" with 27 kills and 12 digs in their win over Dickinson Trinity. So far this season for the Honkers, their losses to Thompson and Langdon area. They've won 17 straight. That's 17 straight, including a 5-set win over Dickinson Trinity in the quarterfinals. Now, the starting lineups for the number 1 overall seed, Northern Cass Jaguars, a mark of 37-1. head coached by Angie Johnson. Their one loss coming to the Thompson Tommies. Here for the Northern Cass Jaguars, take a look at what they have been able to do so far here on the season for Northern Cass. They'll go like this. Allie Crockett, the senior outside hitter, 10 kills and 6 sticks so far this tournament for Crockett. Addison Russ will be part of the setters. Russ with 399 assists on the season here for Russ. We'll see a little bit of Hayden Crockett as well. 3 digs and 1 assist so far for Hayden. Noelle Erickson, the senior setter at 5'7" with 544 assists on the season. She's got 14 here in this tournament alone. Josie Jensen, the junior middle hitter, 10 kills, 7 blocks, and 7 assists here for Josie Jensen. Cadence Evenson, the senior libero, with 198 digs on the season for Evenson. Ellie Lucas, the junior outside hitter, 4 digs and 4 kills for the 6'1" junior. Jocelyn Austin, the senior at 5'9", 4 kills, 6 blocks, and 2 digs. Annie Lee Sand, the senior middle hitter, with 100 blocks so far on the season and 6 in this tournament, with 3 kills as well here for Northern Cass. Again, for Northern Cass, out in their all-black uniforms with gold numerals outlined in white with Jaguars across the front. For the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers, out in their dark maroon uniforms with white numerals and lettering with KHS and Kenmare written out in the back. That does it for our American Crystal Sugar Story Live. So we return after this. It's the first serve between Northern Cass and Kenmare Bowbells. Winner plays Lytton HMB in the championship tomorrow at 6. Loser plays Thompson in the third place game tomorrow at 2 o'clock. That does it for our pregame show. The starting lineups are done, as now all we have is the opening serve inside the Bismarck Event Center. That's next on YourLiveEvent.com.
DJ Coulter through.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Are you thinking about upgrading your planter? This is Shane from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsborough and Drayton. I ask you the question about upgrading your planter because this is the time for you to ask me to explain the Precision Plant Partner programs. Yes, you could get some of your planter equipment paid for. Contact RDK Enterprises 701-636-2119 at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com.
Let's get ready here for the first serve as both teams get in their final huddle, their final speak to with their respective teams. Head coach Tim Wallstrom for Kenmare Bowbells, the Honkers. Head coach for Angie Johnson here for Northern Cass. The Jags looking to make it back-to-back seasons to get back to the state championship, while for the Honkers looking to do so for the first time since 2009. Northern Cass will be on the left side of your screen, while for Kenmare they'll be going right to left on the offense to defensive side here for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers. I'm Chase Miller with you courtside inside the Bismarck Event Center as we get this one ready to roll here for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers. Lexi Holter will be coming on to serve here, opening serve at 3:42 on a Friday afternoon, and the second semifinal in Class B is underway. Josie Jensen coming across on that slide for Kenmare here. They'll have it to the outside, and that's going to be with Anna Strokeland as they're able to get that one over. Coming up middle here, but Jensen, and we might have 4 hits as it never got over, and that's going to be a point here for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers. Point awarded here to the Honkers here as they take an early lead on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Service on the way here for the Honkers, as this will come with Erickson to the outside stand here for the tip. Covered here by the Honkers as they will have it now with Kate Zimmer, and this one into the net, and Northern Cass will be awarded a side out here now at 1 apiece. So tied at 1, service on the way here for Northern Cass. This will be with Jensen. Josie Jensen with the running jump serve to the back right corner. That's going to be an ace. That'll be off the libero, Bria Crest. And for the first time here early on, Northern Cass will be playing with a lead here after the ace by Jensen now at 2-1 here for the Jags. Service will continue by Josie into the back right corner. Zimmer there with the bump to the outside here. That's going to be Brenna Strokeland. Is she able to get it over on the third? Crockett is tight to the net, able to push it over though. Kenmare Bowbells coming up middle here. Strokeland off of Erickson. The ball's kept alive here. Crockett trying to keep it alive, unable to do so. And Brenna Strokeland will earn the kill here and tie things up at 2 apiece here between the Jags and the Honkers. Service on the way here for the Honkers, as this will come with Presley Zeltinger. Noel Erickson with the bump, and this one with Lucas gets over then on the third. Kenmare Bowbells, they'll come up middle here off the block. Is going to be Strokeland one-on-one with Sand, and it's going to be one here on the way by the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers. Brenna Strokeland will handle her second kill in the match, as the Kenmare Honkers here will be at the service line, as they'll handle it again with Presley Zeltinger, the sophomore setter at 5'7", back on here for the Honkers. This one comes across, and Crockett will have to bump this one over on the third. Honkers, where do they go? They push it outside here. This one hit over on the second by a fourth. Now to the outside on the opposite side for Lucas. Down to a knee on the way with Zeltinger. This one comes blocked at the net. Zeltinger is there, pushes it to the outside. Another block at the net. This one outside after they hit there by Lucas. And for the Kenmare Honkers, they'll take it now at 4-2 after the push on the outside. This one will come with a fourth here for her first kill of the match. Zeltinger will continue to serve into the back. There is Jensen. Erickson pushes it outside. This one cross-court on the hit by Crockett for the kill. Allie Crockett here with the kill for Northern Cass. That's going to be her first of this match after a 4-2 end here for Kenmare. That's tripped down now to 1, and a chance for Northern Cass to come to the service line and tie, as they'll handle it here with Ellie Lucas, the 6'1 junior. Service here by Lucas into the back for Kenmare here. They'll back it on the way. Strokeland is blocked at the net, and that block is going to be by Elise Sand. Sand with the block here, as we're tied now at 4 apiece. Service will continue by Northern Cass here with Ellie Lucas. We'll see where Lucas goes here for the Jags into the back right corner. That one dug out by Madison Maylene. This one off the double block. Erickson set up outside here. Hallie Crockett down the line for the rip kill shot. Crockett with her second kill. It's now 5-4 here for Northern Cass. Play now with a lead, as the Jags will continue to serve here with Ellie Lucas. Service upcoming here for Lucas in the back, as this will be a little bit of a walking into a running jump serve here for Ellie. This one comes across and hit into Crockett in the back. Backs on the way. Jocelyn Austin cross-scored on the hit and the kill. Jocelyn earns her first, and Northern Cass now leads it 6-4. Good passing here on the way by the Jaguars. And a quick back set on the way to Austin for that cross-court hammer. Service will continue here with Ellie Lucas, and we'll see where she goes. This one coming to Holter, who will let that one go out of play for the service there. Point for the Kenmare Honkers. So first service there for either club here today, and point will be awarded on the way here for the Kenmare Honkers, as it'll be Kate Zimmer to the service line as Zimmer handles it. Crockett is there. Erickson backs on the way. Elise Sam back left corner, and keeping that alive is Zimmer, as this one has to get pushed over on the third, and it is. Northern Cass now Noel Erickson outside. Crockett over the double block, out of play, no touch. And the Honkers now take a point, and they tied up at 6 apiece. Zimmer continues to come to the service line now for the Honkers, as she will handle it here, going right to left across our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Crockett, Erickson, set up in the back to Josie Jensen. Now it's going to be for the Honkers here. Back set quickly, coming off the block after the hit there by Maylene. This one at the 10-foot line over on the third by Holter. Now backs on the way. This one awesome. Back left corner. That'll be out of play on the Honkers with 3 consecutive points. 7-6 now for the Honkers, as service will be coming here for Kenmare Bowbells with Zimmer will continue. Back right corner is Crockett. Erickson set up middle here for Austin. Hits it over with her left hand. A sprawling attempt in the back there by Zimmer to keep it alive as the Honkers get it over on the third. Quickly here is Sand for the kill. Elise coming around on the middle slide there, and Sand earns her first kill of the match, and Northern Cass ties this one back up at 7 apiece. Coming in will be Hayden Crockett. Also with her is Addison Rust. Rust one set away from getting to 400 here on the season. The tandem combination of her and Noelle Erickson on the year as the setters. This one comes across into the middle as that dies down after they hit there by Crest. Outside here, that'll be out of play, no touch, as they're going to back left quarter for Maylene, and Northern Cass will be awarded the point here at 8-7. Serve on the way here for Northern Cass with Rust. Rust with the running jump serve to the back left corner. Crest there for the dig back set. This one into the net, and that'll be a point awarded here to Northern Cass after Brenna Strokeland was looking for the tip. Northern Cass now at 9-7. Winners yesterday over Minot RE Deemers 3-0 for Northern Cass. Service on the way by Rust. This one jumps out of the sky, and Rust earns the ace here for Northern Cass. Second ace of this volleyball match here for the Jags. One by Rust and one by Josie Jensen so far. Now it's 10-7 here for Northern Cass, as Rust will continue to serve here for the Jags. Running jump serve into the middle. Strokeland is there tied at the net. Hammering one home is Hallie Crockett. It's now 11-7. Since it was a 7-6 lead for Kenmare Bowbells, it's been a 5-0 run here by Northern Cass to build this 4-point edge on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Service by Russ continues into the back. There's going to be Crest. Backs on the way by Zimmer. This one tipped over on the third by the Honkers. Now a quick push over on the second now by Hallie Crockett. Coming up middle here, Strokeland for the kill. Kill on the way by Brenna Strokeland. Now that's going to be her third, and it's a 11-8 contest as the Honkers will come to the service line. Serve on the way for the Honkers, as this one will come across with the senior and Brenna Strokeland. Rust back set coming across is going to be Crockett. To the outside here, back right corner, Jensen is there with the pass. Rust push outside, Hayden Crockett up and over on the third. Now it's set up to the middle here for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers, and they're going to earn a kill with Abby Kohler. Kohler earns the kill here, and the Honkers now back within two. Service on the way here for the Honkers. This one will come to the back left. This one outside here for Austin in the middle. Now it's going to be Zimmer with this set to the outerior here off the double block after the hit by a fourth. Back set, this one coming punched over by Hallie Crockett. Now it's going to be tight at the net. Zimmer looking for the dump. Evenson and Austin were there, and Austin will have to return the favor back on the opposite side here for the Jags. This one back row on the way. Jensen with the dig. Rust gives it to Crockett, push back right corner, and there is Crest. Zimmer back set pushed over then on the third by the Honkers. Where does Rust go now for the Jags? She goes outside. Hayden Crockett in the back. No touch in the longest rally of the afternoon. Goes to the Kenmare Honkers. As the Honkers are 1 point away from tying this one up here in set number one in the Class B semifinals. Honkers to serve will continue with Brenna Strokeland. Russ will come here to the middle as Crockett, right-hand side. We're going to have a net violation here on the Honkers. Point will be awarded to Northern Cass, and they'll earn the side out as well. As Crockett will go to the back, and now Jensen will come to the front. Playing in the back is Evenson as well here for the Jags. Service on the way for Crockett. This one floats across. Kenmare Bowbells will come, and Josie Jensen there will handle the block, and she'll get the point here for Northern Cass. Point here for Josie Jensen, and the block at the net makes it 13-10 in favor of Northern Cass. Service on the way here for Crockett. A running jump serve. This one will be in for the ace. Crockett earns the ace. That's her first after having 7 yesterday here for the Jags. Crockett back to the service line here as this one comes across back left corner. Honkers. This one off the double block after the hit by Abby Kohler to the outside. Now that's going to be Crockett for the kill. And that's the younger Crockett, Hayden, here for Northern Cass. See if we get a timeout by Tim, and we do. We'll have a media timeout here on the floor. And all of a sudden what was a 11-10 contest is now at 15-10. Time on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. We'll break as well with them. It's a 5-point edge here for Northern Cass.
At Verwest Contracting, they treat you like family. Why? Because they're family owned and operated. Located in the heart of the Red River Valley, brothers Mark and Scott Verwest established Verwest Contracting in 2004. They're a full-service contractor offering services from electrical and HVAC. Verwest Contracting handles everything from residential, commercial, and agriculture work. For more information, stop by their location in Hunter or go online to verwestcontracting.com.
Time on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. For more information, visit ibanknorth.com or stop by one of their locations today, including their branch in Hunter. You'll always be headed in the right direction with Bank North. A 5-point edge again for Northern Cass over Kenmare Bowbells. As we take a look at the student section, the Honkers out in their hunting attire in the student section, while on the opposite side, Northern Cass it's a full Christmas party on the left-hand side. Jags up by 5 here. Kenmare Bowbells and Northern Cass, they went 5 last year in the state semifinals. What will we get for part 2 of this act? And right now it's Northern Cass with the edge, up by 5 with Crockett to the service line. And Crockett almost gets another ace as Zimmer was able to volley that one over on the second. Outside, tipped on the way by Austin for the kill for Jocelyn. So far, 4 different Jags have a kill here in set number 1. Northern Cass, all that they've done is win, and win on this season. They're 1 loss and 5 to Thompson, as they are 37-1 on this season. And Crockett continues to at the service line outside here for Kenmare. We'll see if it hits the post, and it does. It's out of play after the hit by Kohler, and now the Jags are starting to put some separation between themselves and the Honkers. At 11-10 is where Kenmare Bowbells got it, and since then it's been a 6-0 run for Northern Cass. Zimmer outside here. This one blocked at the net, and the block coming up by Austin. He had her and Sand, and Austin gets the 3rd block that's resulted in a point here. And the Jags right now are finding their footing here in the middle part of the first, and as Crockett continues to come to the service line. Crockett here into the middle, and that's going to be an ace off the libero here in Bria Crest. And that's the 4th ace here of the set, the 2nd so far here for Crockett. And set number 1 looks to be in a runaway train right now for the Jags, unless the Honkers can try to get a point here and then get something going on their side of the net. They volleyed over on the 3rd. Northern Cass coming up with the 6'3" Jensen, who delivers the hammer in the middle. Might be one of the hardest hit volleyballs we've seen in this tournament here for Jensen. That's her first kill, and it's Northern Cass now doubling up the Honkers. Service on the way for Crockett. This one coming middle. Jensen blocked at the net. Crest with the tip, and this one comes over by Kohler, but then Jensen there with another block, and this one going to get over, though, however, on the outside, as that one is going to be on the hit on the backside here for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers with Madison Moline. She's got the kill. That's her first, and the Honkers earn the side out now and go to the service line with Crest. As the Honkers will need something good going, at least to climb back in this first set, or bare minimum feel good about themselves in something going to the second. This one coming up middle over the double block, and this will be with Abby Kohler. Well, that gets going here. Kohler with her 2nd kill, and the Honkers now with back-to-back points. Now make it 20-12 here on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. 20-10, and then back-to-back points here for the Honkers. Service continues with Crest. Goes the opposite libero on Evenson. Middle coming here. Josie Jensen blocked 1-on-1. That block was a clean one by Abby Kohler here for the Honkers. And now the Honkers trimming into this deficit. At 20-13, service on the way. Serve receive here for Northern Cass. Back right corner is Jensen. Russ set up outside here. Hayden Crockett cross court on the kill. Hayden Crockett earns the kill here for Northern Cass. She's got 2. Her older sister, Hallie, has got 3. And service coming up here for Evenson. Cadence, the libero here for Northern Cass, part of 6 seniors on this roster for head coach Angie Johnson. For the Honkers here, Zimmer set up outside. Big hit on the way, and that's going to be a kill by Ann Strokeland, the sophomore outside hitter, with 13 kills entering play here in this tournament for the Honkers. She gets her first right there. Service on the way here for Kenmare Bowbells, as this one will be coming across with Moline. Moline with the serve. Austin, Crockett, and then they'll have to get this one over on the third. They do with Hayden Crockett. This one comes now for the Honkers to the middle. Big hit on the way by Kohler. This one tipped, and Jensen got eaten up at the net. Point here for the Honkers. So since it was 20-10 for Northern Cass, Kenmare Bowbells on a 5-1 run. Service on the way for Kenmare Bowbells here with Moline. This one back set by Rusted, over by Hayden Crockett. Now it's going to be a chance. Zimmer outside this one, and Strokeland off the double block off the 6'3 frame of Jensen. Pushed over them by Crockett, covered nicely by Crest. In the middle here, this one gets tipped over by the Honkers on the third. Now it's in the middle for Josie Jensen, back right corner. Where does Zimmer go? She'll go outside of the freshman, make that the sophomore again in Strokeland, and we got a net violation here on Northern Cass. Point awarded here to Kenmare Bowbells. This is the best little run we've seen from the Honkers right now, a 6-1 run, and another point or two. Coach Angie Johnson might need to call a timeout for Northern Cass. Serve continues here with Moline, back left corner. Austin there with a dig. Northern Cass will go outside, pushed across by Ellie Lucas, and that's going to be a kill here for the Jags. Lucas now with her first kill, and that's 6 different Jags with a kill so far here on this late Friday, getting into early evening, afternoon as we get ready for the weekend. Service here with Noelle Erickson. This one will be tied at the net, and Jensen finishes it off. Josie Jensen with the block at the net, now 2 points away for the Jags. As Erickson will come to the service line, as Noel will hit it down the near sideline, dug out there by Ann Strokeland into the back now. It's going to be hit over by Brenna Strokeland from the back. Jensen at the net, middle hitter goes one-on-one with her and Kohler, and Josie Jensen with another kill. That's her second set point opportunity here for the Jags. Trying to finish this set on a 4-0 run with the serve with Erickson. Kenmare Bowbells right now down to their final point here in this set, and it's finished off by Jensen with the block at the net. Jensen with her third block to finish it off on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Set number 1 goes to Northern Cass by a final of 25-16. Our set recap brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency is next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Growers, here at Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, we are your water management contractors. We can help you with tile drainage plans, surface drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad at 701-430-0182 to get your water problems solved. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. 701-430-0182, helping farmers grow.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency that provides protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. If you're looking to switch crop insurance companies, now is the time to learn more about Hunter Insurance Agency at hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen today in Hunter.
Set recap brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency. Hunter Insurance Agency, dedicated to providing you the best support for your insurance requests from crop, hail, farm, commercial, and home. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com. In the first set, Northern Cass with 1 service error. They had 4 aces. Kenmare Bowbells with 0 service errors but 0 aces. Northern Cass led by Hallie Crockett with 3. Then you had Hayden, Josie Jensen, and Jocelyn Austin with 2 kills here for Northern Cass. For Kenmare Bowbells, Brenna Strokeland had 3. Abby Kohler with 2 kills here for the Honkers. But battle at the net and the aces won by the Jags. 4 again to none. And then 5 blocks that resulted in a point to just 1 here for Kenmare Bowbells. That again is our Hunter Insurance Agency set recap. Go to hunterinsuranceagency.com. Earlier today in 5, Linton HMB defeated Thompson 3-2. Gracie Schumacher with 52 assists so far in this tournament for the Lions. She has 98, and Shaylee Bosch had 24 kills. You add that to what she did yesterday, and now she's got 43 in this match here for Linton HMB. On the opposite side, For Class A earlier today, Fargo North and West Fargo. The Packers won 3-1 over the Spartans. Olivia Soini with 42 assists for the Packers. In play right now, Bismarck, St. Mary's, and Fargo South in the other consolation semifinals. And in Class A tonight in the semis, Century and Legacy and West Fargo Cheyenne against the Jamestown Blue Jays. Later today in the consolation part of the bracket in Class B, New Rockford Cheyenne goes up against Garrison, and our Redeemers goes up against Dickinson Trinity. I'm Chase Miller with you from the Bismarck Event Center as we get ready for this second set. Kenmare took an early lead at 1-0, 4-2, 4-3. Then it was tied at 4, and Kenmare got up 7-6, but Northern Cass would never relinquish the lead after it was tied at 7 as we get ready here for the second set. Service on the way for Erickson, going left to right across your screen. Erickson with this set. This one goes into the back after the serve, that is. Outside here is Strokeland, cross court in there for the kill. That's Brenna. Brenna with her fourth of this volleyball match to lead the floor for the Hawkers. It's Kenmare Bowbells now up by 1. Hawkers and the Jags. Who would win in that particular wildlife matchup? That's always a question. On the ground, you would imagine Northern Cass and the Jags, but in the air, the Hawkers. And speaking of in the air, that's Ellie Lucas to the outside as Lucas will earn the point here. That's her second kill, and now it's a 1-1 contest on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Sharing their heritage, sharing their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota at dhbanknd.com. Service on the way here for Northern Cass. This one will come to the middle here for Brenna Strokeland off the hit of Lucas for the kill. Brenna now with a match high 5 here for the Jags, for the Honkers. Service upcoming with Kate Zimmer. Zimmer, the knuckler across the other end. Josie Jensen set up middle. Here's Elise Sand for the tip kill. Sand, part of 6 seniors here. They've just been so impressive for head coach Angie Johnson. They've been climbing the ladder here. 4 out of 5 years they made it to state. 3rd consecutive. Again, 4th place in 2020, runners-up last season, and they would love to get back to the championship this year and try to redeem themselves against Linton HMB. But the Kenmare Honkers, they want to redeem themselves after a semifinal round loss last year. Outside off the block here, that'll go to Hallie Crockett for the kill for Northern Cass. Crockett with her 4th kill here, and Northern Cass now playing with an edge at 3-2. Service on the way here for Northern Cass. This will be with Ellie Lucas. This one over the middle here for Kenmare Bowbells. Back set coming off on the slide is going to be Brenna Strokeland. This one down to a knee for Erickson, then able to push this one over on the 3rd for Kenmare Bowbells. They'll go outside cross court after the hit there by a 4th. Jensen with the dig. Now it's going to be Crockett back right corner. That one out of play, and the Honkers are awarded the point, tied at 3. Tied at 1, tied at 2, and tied at 3 here in this second set. Service on the way here for the Honkers, as this will be with Brenna Strokeland. And 27 kills, 12 digs yesterday in their win over Dickinson Trinity. And Northern Cass will have to punch this one over on the 3rd. They do with Erickson in the back row. Back set, Zimmer on the way. This one hits the top of the net after the hit by Moline. Back set now for Austin, and get up off your pogo stick. Go gadget on the right leg there for Austin for the kill. Austin's got her 3rd. It's now a 4-3 edge for Northern Cass. For more information for other games coming up here throughout the winter season, again, go to yourliveevent.com. Up and down the Red River Valley in North Dakota and Minnesota, from Class A to Class B in North Dakota, Section 6A, AA, also 8A and AA will have matches for you throughout, whether it's basketball, hockey, or wrestling. Net violation here on Northern Cass. Point will be awarded here to the Honkers. Again, go to yourliveevent.com or click subscribe on our YouTube page. Service on the way for Crest here for the Honkers. This one goes to Evenson. Now it's going to be back set on the way. Crockett down the line, out of play after the set by Rust. Point here for the Honkers at 5-4. Point awarded here to the Honkers. Now a chance for Kenmare Bowbells to separate themselves a little bit here as Crest returns to the service line. This one hit down the line. Jensen there with the dig. Backs it on the way. This one Austin hit over with her left hand. Where the Honkers go, they'll come with Moline into the middle, back left corner, and then they'll finish it off there in the middle with Abby Kohler for the kill. 6-4 for Kenmare Bowbells as the Honkers starting to try to finish in a little bit here in the second set, find their footing, and now play with the lead. Rust with the dig, Evenson with the bump. This one goes to left-hand side. Hayden Crockett hits one into the net, and Kenmare Bowbells is awarded the point here. So after a 4-3 lead for Northern Cass, it's been 4 consecutive points here for Kenmare Bowbells. Crest continues to serve. Evenson with the pass here to the 10-foot line of Rust. In the middle, here's Crockett. That'll be out of play. And some more hitting there so far here by Northern Cass at 8-4. And Angie Johnson calls a timeout on the floor. We'll break with them on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Kenmare Bowbells out in front by 4 here in the second set.
It's the 35th year of the Hillsborough Business Association Christmas Cash Campaign. Stop at Dakota Heritage Bank or Goose River Bank and sign up for the HBA's interest-free Christmas cash loans of $500 to $1,000 in Christmas cash available to qualified borrowers. Take 10 months to repay the loan with no finance charge or application fee. All participants will be given additional 10% of each loan amount in free Christmas cash, compliments of the Hillsborough EDC. Sign up for your interest-free Hillsborough Christmas Cash loan today and then visit the businesses participating in the HBA Christmas Cash promotion.
I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here, including Mike Crockett at Med Plus Physical Therapy. Also, you have the folks at Dakota Heritage Bank, Agra Valley Insurance, and Verwest Contracting Incorporated, and a host of others for allowing us to be here on this Friday afternoon from the state semifinals. We will have coverage of the Thompson Tommies tomorrow at 2 o'clock as the scheduled third-place match in Class B. And then we'll also follow Northern Cass, whether they play for third or they play for the championship tomorrow afternoon and evening here in Bismarck. Third set across the way. Bismarck, St. Mary's, and Fargo South currently tied at 10 apiece in the third set between the Saints and the Bruins as we return to action here at the main hall. Crockett, after the timeout, able to push this one over. Now it's Zimmer looking for the dump kill, covered nicely by the opposite number 8 in Evenson. Outside, Hayden Crockett for the kill. Hayden's got her third kill here for Northern Cass, and after the break, it's going to be a chance to serve for Hallie Crockett. Up front will be Austin, Hayden Crockett, and also Josie Jensen. Crockett, this one going to be tied at the net and finished off by Jensen. Point here for Northern Cass, as this will be Josie Jensen for her fourth block. That's resulted in a point now. It's 8-6 for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers, but when we've seen Josie Jensen play up front, it kind of really changes the landscape here from Kenmare Bowbells from an offensive perspective, as Northern Cass will have their second service error of the match, and the Honkers will be awarded the serve back to their side of the net now. As this one will come across, back left corner, Crockett there, good pass to Russet up middle. Jensen with an absolute hammer, bring out the Thor hammer on that one for Jensen. Has taken a seat in the back left corner was Moline. And Jensen, when she can have a one-on-one opportunity or no block at the net, look out in the back. Evenson on to serve as she handles it here. This one dies down. Honkers to the outside here, up and over the double block after the hit by Anna Strokeland. Middle here, Jensen with the tip, and she does it perfectly. She can hurt you with the fastball. She can come back at you with the changeup. Josie Jensen with back-to-back kills. Service on the way for Evenson, as this one will come across now. On the way, this one back left corner. Zimmer with the set as this one comes to the middle here. Jensen blocks it out the net one-on-one with Abby Kohler, and it's Josie's world, and we're just limiting it right now in the last 60 seconds. Tie now at 9 apiece, and it's been the Josie Jensen show here with a couple of blocks and also some kills as of late. And here's a chance almost for an ace, but Anna Strokeland does a good job chasing it down to the back right corner. Pushed outside, Lucas for the kill. Ellie Lucas has her third of the match now. It's Northern Cass finding their footing here in the second set, as the Jags will play with their first lead since it was 4-3 Northern Cass here in the second. Evenson on to serve here for Northern Cass. as this one will come across to the back right corner. Kenmare Bowbells Zimmer outside here. Anna Strokeland, that'll be out of play, and point awarded here to Northern Cass. And the athletic director here, activities director at Bryce Lextel, has a chance to try to get his hand on the volleyball that goes on the outside. Actually, they're going to say that this one was touched and out of play, so check that. Point will be awarded here to Kenmare now at 11, make it a 10-10 contest. So excuse me. Service on the way. Here goes Russ. Pushes it outside. Here's Lucas with the power tip. Back left corner. Crest there with the dig. This one comes into the middle, and Jensen with another block after the hit in the middle by Brenna Strokeland. Noelle Erickson will come in alongside with Elise Sand. It's a 1-point edge on the way here for the Northern Cass Jaguars as they'll come on and serve with Erickson. Erickson will come on here. This one floats across for the Honkers. They'll push it to the outside. Blocked at the net off the double block. Here is Jensen and Sand. And that'll be a point awarded here to Sand here. We got her down for 2, and that was Sand on the block. Makes it now 12-10 here for Northern Cass. It's been battle of the net won by the Jags, and that's been the difference so far after taking set 1 and now leading in this second set. Austin has to punch this one over on the third for Northern Cass. A chance for the Honkers, though, coming off the slide. There's Brenna Strokeland off the top of the block. Erickson middle set up. Jensen down the line, and it keeps going here with Holter on the dig. Back to the Jag side. Erickson backs it on the way. Here's Sandcross scored, and Holter is there again with another dig. Anna Strokeland makes that go over on the third. This one up and over now for Ellie Lucas. And Moline there with the dig in the back row. And Anna Strokeland with a good push. Austin there with the dig. Coming up middle is Jensen. And the longest rally continues here as it goes back to the Jag side. Pushed over on the second for Noelle Erickson. And the Jags earn the point at 13-10. Erickson here will earn her first kill on the push kill there. Sometimes just getting it over on the second can just freeze frame the defense a little bit, and that's what Northern Cass was able to do. Coming here for Kenmare Bowbells, up and over on the hit there by Strokeland, and this one pushed over then by Austin. Kenmare Bowbells, this one will come to the outside. Big hit on the way by Anna Strokeland for the kill. The sophomore gets back in the stat category, and she's got a kill now both in the first and the second set. 13-11 here. Northern Cass up by 2 and slated to serve here for the Honkers. This will be Zeltinger into the middle, tied at the net, and that'll finish it off here for the kill by Brenna Strokeland. Strokeland just had that one put on a tee, and now it's a 1-point deficit here for the Honkers as they will come back on to serve here as this will be with Zeltinger. Peyton across the way, Jensen with the dig. Erickson pushes it outside to Elise Sand, who goes opposite side. That one will be out of play. And point here to the Honkers. 3 consecutive points, tied at 10, tied at 9, tied at 13 now. 4, 2, 1, add in 3. Maybe those are your Powerball numbers or a potential for a little bit later on. And now it's going to be an ace on the way here for Kenmare Bowbells, and that is for Presley Zeltinger, the first ace of this contest. 14-13 Honkers here now, lead it by 1. Service on the way. This one will be in the back, and that's another ace. And we'll have a media timeout on the floor as the Honkers really starting to come alive with 5 consecutive points here. And Presley Zeltinger has back-to-back aces. Media timeout on the floor on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's Kenmare Bowbells 15, Northern Cass 13. It's the state volleyball semifinals in Class B here on your, well, we'll wait a second here after there was an earlier timeout here, but now we have a timeout on the floor here as it is currently in a media timeout, and we're going to break with them here on yourliveevent.com.
The Northern Cass School District believes that every learner can change the world. That's why they provide a world-class education. Northern Cass will commit to purposely build trust, develop authentic relationships, and engage in innovative practices which will empower learners to be choice-ready. Northern Cass is dedicated and passionate about relationships, teaching and learning, self-reflection, acknowledging greatness, and support of the community. For more information, go online to northerncasschool.org. That's northerncasschool.org.
As we come back here, point will be awarded here to Northern Cass with Ellie Lucas. She's got her 4th kill, point awarded to the outside. Service on the way here for Jensen with the Honkers up by 1. Josie Jensen with the running serve. This one comes to Zimmer in the middle. Backside on the way to Strokeland down the line. And what can Brenna do for you? She's got her 7th kill. Kenmare Bowbells up by 2 now here in the second. Trying to even this one up at 1 set apiece here. A volleyball match that started at 3:42 on this Friday afternoon. Service here by Zimmer will continue. This one in the back, Evenson with the dig. Erickson backs on the way. This comes Lucas off the block. There is Crest. Zimmer sets up this one, able to hit over on the changeup there with a 4th. And then Crockett pushes it over on the 3rd for Northern Cass. Set up middle on the way. Going to be Strokeland blocked at the net by Elise Sand. And Sand earns another block, and they'll actually say it will be 4 hits regardless. Point is awarded here to Northern Cass. On to serve now, Ellie Lucas here for the Jags. She will go, and a good chunk of these players will go right from both teams, from the volleyball court to the basketball court on Monday. No rest for the weary. Cross court on the hit here for the Honkers. And Brenna Strokeland starting to heat up. She's got 4, make it now 5 kills in this second set here for Kenmare Bowbells. And it's now 17-15 here for the Honkers. Service on the way with the aforementioned Strokeland. Erickson set outside. Crockett, who has to wait for it, and Strokeland earns the dig. Zimmer set up outside off the double edge of the block there on the hit by a 4th and pushed over on the 2nd for the Jags. Backs it on the way. This one blocked at the net by Elise Sand and the hit by Moline. Sand will have her 3rd block. That's resulted in a point, and Northern Cass back within 1. Set number 1 went to Northern Cass 25-16. Set 2 right now back and forth between the 1 seed Northern Cass and the 4 seed of Kenmare Bowbells in the state semifinal. Back set on the way. This one is going to be hit on a play after the hit there by Taya 4th, and now it's 17 apiece. Service here by Addison Rust, over 400 assists now on this season for the junior Addie Rust. This one into the back. Honkers to the outside here, will push it over, blocked at the net by Austin, then pushes it over one more time. Northern Cass 10-foot line for the Jags here. Hayden Crockett up and over the block here. Honkers, they will push it to the outside, and this one will be with Josie Jensen for the dig. Now it's going to be Hallie Crockett down the line, and what can Hallie do for you on the opposite side? Crockett with her team-leading 5th kill here for Northern Cass. Now it's the Jags up by 1. Service here for Rust to continue as the Jags will try to, as they did so well in the region tournament, close out a volleyball set. This one tipped at the net, and we're going to have a net violation on the way. Net violation, this will be with Austin. So point will go to Kenmare Bowbells here as it's an 18-18 contest. So far, 4 aces for Northern Cass, 2 by Kenmare Bowbells. Service on the way with the libero and Bria Crest. As Crest will come on here. This will be set up into the middle, pushed over by Austin in the back left corner in front of a diving Crest for the kill. Austin's got her 4th here for Northern Cass, now 19-18. Service upcoming here for Hallie Crockett. Crockett to the service line. This one to the middle. Crest has to take a knee. Backs it on the way here for Kenmare. Bowbells off the pole, and we will have a point that gets awarded here to the Jags now at 20-18. Timeout on the floor. Timeout brought to you in part by Bank North. This timeout taken by Kenmare Bowbells. We'll bank rhythm here in the second set. It's the state semifinals on yourliveevent.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Time on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. They offer the traditional and advanced products and services that keep you grounded and ahead of the curve in today's fast-paced world. Visit iBankNorth 20-18 Northern Cass over Kenmare Bowbells here in this second set. After it was 17-15 Honkers. And it's been a nice run of 5-1 the opposite side here for the Jays. Service at the line will be Hallie Crockett here for Northern Cass. As Crockett will come on to the serve back left corner. Kenmare, the Honkers here set up this one coming middle. That'll be out of play after the hit there by Abby Kohler. Point to Northern Cass. Here goes Crockett on to serve. 4 points away for the Jakes, trying to get up 2-0 here in this state semifinal. The Honkers push it out to the outside. Anna Strokeland blocked at the net. Kenmare Bowbells there with Anna Strokeland able to put this one across. Northern Cass want to lift, nothing granted. Josie Jensen with a kill the other way at the middle hitter spot here for the Jays. Jensen now has 5 to match Hallie Crockett here. Just a balanced effort across the board again for Northern Cass. And sounds like a broken record, but they've got 4 different players with 4 or more kills so far in this match. This one tied at the net, and Jensen finishes it off with another kill. Make it 23-18 Jags. 2 points away here for Northern Cass. And talked with Josie after the match yesterday on our coverage, and she just said, always excited to play in an atmosphere like this. This one is going to be hit out of play for Crockett. Point awarded here to the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers. That's the 3rd service there for Northern Cass on this late afternoon. Serve on the way for Kenmare Bowbells. That'll be Madison Moline. Into the middle here is Evenson. Addison Russ set up Austin cross court here, and Jocelyn earns the kill and the side out for the James. Austin now with 5, and it's 24-18 Northern Cass. Service on the way with Cadence Evenson now for the Jags. As Evenson will come on here for Northern Cass. This one is able to come over across the net. Outside interior play for Kenmare. That'll be out of play here for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers on the hit by Anna Strokeland. And set point goes to Northern Cass. Second set, the Jags win it 25-19 after taking the first 25-16. They're up 2-love here. Our set recap is next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Are you thinking about upgrading your planter? This is Shane from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsborough and Drayton. I ask you the question about upgrading your planter because this is the time for you to ask me to explain the Precision Plant Partner programs. Yes, you could get some of your planter equipment paid for. Contact RDK Enterprises 701-636-2119 at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com.
I'm Carrie Hepper. Rodeo takes confidence. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Let's get to our set recap, brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency. Northern Cass up 2-0 in that second set. Ellie Lucas had 3 kills, 4 total in the match. She had 3 by Jensen, make it 4 by Jensen. She's got 6, and then Jocelyn Austin had 3, 5 in the match so far. But at the net, there's been 10 blocks that's resulted in a point compared to just 1 for Kenmare Bowbells, and Josie Jensen has 6 of the 10 for the Jags. Northern Cass with 4 aces, 3 service errors. Kenmare Bowbells with 2 aces and 0 service errors so far for the Honkers. Honkers led by Brenna Strokeland with 8 kills. Abby Kohler then has 3. The 2 aces come via Kate Zimmer. That again is our set recap, brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance from Crop Hill Farm Commercial and Home. For more info, go online at hunterinsuranceagency.com. Northern Cass and Kenmare Bowbells. The winner plays Lytton HMB tomorrow at 6 o'clock. The loser plays Thompson in the third place match at 2 o'clock. And we'll have the coverage of that Thompson third place match at 2 o'clock no matter the outcome of this game. And we will follow Northern Cass no matter the outcome of this game as well. For fans for Lytton HMB and Kenmare Bowbells, you can listen to what's going to happen to both matches tomorrow, pending if Northern Cass can finish off the win. If Northern Cass loses, then we'll just have the third place match tomorrow. But the Hawkers will try to do what Lytton HMB did earlier today, come back from a 2-0 deficit in a state semifinal. And this would help things off right away. Quick offense into the middle, and Brenna Strokeland earns the kill. Kenmare Bowbells now leads it 1-0. A lot of work to be done for both teams left. For Northern Cass, looking for one more set win as Jensen is blocked at the net and Crockett keeps alive then on the third. Quickly, Zimmer backs at Strokeland. She's blocked at the net, but this is by Ellie Lucas. Point here to Northern Cass now at 1 apiece. Service will be coming here for Josie Jensen. The Jags looking to make it their second consecutive season, again in a state championship, looking for their first since 2013 when they won it over Lemoore. This one hit over on the third, on the way by Ann Strokeland, then blocked at the net on the hit by Crockett. Quick push on the way by Ellie Lucas. Crest is there. This one comes into the middle, and Zimmer gets it over on the third. Erickson backs it. This is Lucas cross court. There with the dig on the way is Holter, and now Holter will handle the push on the opposite side of the net and earn the point for the Hawkers. 2-1 now for Kenmare Bowbells. Lexi Holter earns the point here as the Hawkers now will come to the service line. As this one is going to be served on the way by Ziltinger. Austin there with the dig. Erickson set it up. This one pushed over by Lucas then on the back left corner. Outside here for the Hawkers. Austin's there, but we're going to have a net violation here on Northern Cass. This will be with Lucas. And the Hawkers doing a good start here early on in set number 3 on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Sharing their heritage, sharing their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhbank.com and helping a little bit more. That's dhbanknd.com, and helping a little bit more is an ace here for the Hawkers with Ziltinger. She's got her first, team's third. Ziltinger continues to serve. This one going to be a joust at the net. One, and finishing off by Kenmare Bowbells. A fourth is able to wrap that one up for an early Thanksgiving meal. Makes it 5-1 now for Kenmare Bowbells. As the Hawkers right now, a really good start to this set. Makes it a 4-point edge as Crockett asked the head official here just to double check again to see if it possibly was over the net. And if it was, they might have to redo the point at 4-1. If not, it is a point that's awarded here to Kenmare Bowbells. So the main two officials, the one up top overseeing the floor, the one on the near side, they'll give the point that will be awarded here to the Hawkers. Northern Cass on the season, 37-1 here for the Jags. Winners of 11 straight. On the opposite side for Kenmare Bowbells, they've won 17 straight, and they earn another ace at 6-1 here. Coach Johnson needs to burn an early timeout. Presley Ziltinger with the ace. She's got her second, and Northern Cass now trails it by 5 on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Growers, here at Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, we are your water management contractors. We can help you with tile drainage plans, surface drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad at 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. 701-430-0182, helping farmers grow.
Time out on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. 6-1, the Kenmare Hawkers over the Northern Cass Jaguars as they're playing a little Jingle Bell Rock here, I think in favor of the Northern Cass student section that is all clad in holiday Christmas cheer attire. The Kenmare Bowbells Honkers out in their all hunting uniforms for their student section on the opposite side. That does it again for our Bank North timeout. Service on the way. This will be with Zeltinger. Will continue here as this one going to be off the net and another ace. Presley Zeltinger with 3 aces all in this third set, and Kenmare Bowbells, will they put themselves out in front now, and now a chance to run away here in this third against Northern Cass. Zeltinger continues to serve. Crockett there with the dig. Erickson set up. This one goes to Crockett on the little mishesitation. Back on now the side of Northern Cass after the bump over by Zimmer. Blocked at the net. Crockett with the push as this one comes across, and Erickson then finishes it off. Crockett was quick to know well, and Erickson earns the point here. Now it's 7-2, Kenmare Bowbells. Service on the way here for Lucas. As Ellie Lucas will come to the service line here for Northern Cass. As she does, running jump serve here. This one going to be across. Zimmer set up outside, hit off the double block on by a fourth. Outside now for Crockett off to the other double block, and that'll be off the ricochet of Creston in there for a kill here for Crockett. Crockett now with a kill in every set so far as the Jags now have back-to-back points, and Northern Cass looks to mount an early comeback here in set number 3 as Lucas continues to come to the service line. Ellie Lucas with the running jump serve. Crest with the dig. This one at the 10-foot line as Brenna Strokeland earns the kill. Brennan now in double digits with 10, and it's the Honkers that lead it by 5. Service on the way here for Kenmare Bowbells. This will be with Zimmer. Zimmer comes across the way. Crockett, Erickson, middle, Austin, back left corner. Kenmare Bowbells will handle it here and volley it over then on the third as they do with Holter. Erickson backs it. Austin goes across court for the tip kill here for Northern Cass. Jocelyn now has 6 as she's tied with Jensen and Crockett. That's Hallie to lead the floor for the Jags in that department. Service on the way here for Rust, and she will come back in. Playing the front will be Hayden Hallie Crockett along with Austin now for Northern Cass, and Josie Jensen ties her shoe and just kind of goes across the way and says, I'm sorry, just had to make sure I was retied. And I think we'll all good as her hands were shaking there in the back left corner. Here's the serve on the way here for Northern Cass, and that's going to be an ace. The Jags will earn the ace here with Rust, and Rust has her second for Northern Cass. That's their 5th in this contest, and Northern Cass back within 3. Service on the way here for Rust. This one will be across. Kenmare Bowbells with Zimmer. Back set Strokeland on the way. This one off of Jensen. Rust is there, and she keeps it to the 10-foot line as Evenson gets it over on the third. Zimmer back set, this time coming for the Honkers on the left-hand side for Moline for the kill. Madison Moline now with the 9 points of set number 3. Madison's got her second kill, and the Honkers right now at 9-5 with the advantage. That's something for the head coach here for Kenmare Bowbells and Tim Wallstrom. We know Brenna Strokeland has been in the zone, but they need some help outside of her to consistently get some consistent offense. Service there here by the Honkers. It'll be their first of this volleyball match. Hallie Crockett comes to the service line with 2 aces so far here today. The Honkers able to get this one over on the third as they do with Kohler. Outside, Hayden Crockett quickly into the back. Honkers Zimmer backs it on the way. This one is hammered down for the kill by Moline. Her second kill is as many plays here, makes it 10-6. As the Honkers will come on to serve with Crest. Crest into the middle, Evenson there. Northern Cass coming middle, Jensen. And this one dug up by Zimmer in the back left corner, and Zimmer with the push over on the third. Hallie Crockett, Russ looking for the dump kill the other way, and she'll get it. As this one will come with Rust. It'll be her first in the side-out opportunity, and the service here by Evenson. Cadence will come onto the service line as she does the floater. That'll be off the net by Zimmer and pushed over. Then Jensen handles the block. Now at 10-8. And that's Josie Jensen's 7th in this contest so far. And Jensen this season surpassed the All-time blocks lead by Elise Sand here. She's got 116 and counting entering this volleyball match. And Evenson earns the ace now for the Jags. Cadence is the 4th Jaguar to get an ace here in this volleyball match. And now a chance to tie at the service line. This one dug, this one blocked at the net then by Hayden Crockett. Rust outside, this one tipped by Lucas, and off that left hand here by Zimmer. And Lucas earns the push kill here for the Jags. Ellie now with 5 here for the Jags, and we're tied at 10. It's our first tie since it was 1 apiece here on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard in the 3rd set. Zimmer set outside on the way. This one is going to be blocked after the hit there by Moline, pushed over, and point here for Northern Cass yet again. Jags starting to get a little bit of rhythm. What was a 10-6 deficit is now a 1-point edge here for the Jags. As this one will be across with Evenson. That one down to a knee. This one on the interior for Kenmare Bowbells. Evenson is there. This one tied at the net and finished off by the Hawkers with Strokeland. Strokeland will earn the kill here. That's Ann's 3rd, and more importantly, for a Honker point of view, they get the side out, stop the run, and at the service line here will be Moline. Rust. This is going to be Hayden Crockett blocked at the net, and that block on the way will be courtesy of Ann Strokeland, a sophomore with back-to-back points here for Kenmare Bowbells. 12-11. Kenmare Bowbells playing with the lead now as continuing to serve is Moline. Evenson there with the dig. Rust to the middle here. Jensen right-hand side for the kill. Go to where your bread is buttered. That's Josie Jensen. 7 kills, 7 blocks so far here on the late afternoon, early evening in a volleyball match that's nearing an hour old. As Noelle Erickson will come on and serve here for the Jags. As Erickson does, this one into the back mid. Outside on the way here, Ann Strokeland blocked at the net by guess who, Jensen. Another chance here for Ann Strokeland off the top of the block by Elise Sand. Erickson back set. Here's Jensen as she winds, and we might have coming underneath the net here for Josie. We do. Kenmare Bowbells takes the point. Serve on the way now for the Hawkers. This one will be with Lexi Holter. Alexi the first name, but Lexi for short. As she will come down the near side. Jensen with the dig. This one into the back, and Hallie Crockett gets it over on the 3rd. Now for Kenmare Bowbells. They'll go outside here for Ann Strokeland. Outside now for the Jags. This will be with Ellie Lucas, and a good job by Moline in the back with the dig as Ann Strokeland earns the kill. Ann's got her 4th here, and a point to Kenmare, the Hawkers, as it's now 14-12 here for the Hawkers. Service on the way. This one will come with Erickson. This one tipped across by Ellie Lucas. As the Hawkers will come middle here off the side of the block is Brenna Strokeland, and points here to the Kenmare Hawkers, and we'll see if we have a media timeout on the floor or not, trying to make it at 15-12, or if this one will continue here. Point again for Kenmare Bowbells at 15-12, and we do have a timeout by the Jags. We'll break as well. Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. It is a 3-point edge for the Hawkers in the 3rd set.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency that provides protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. If you're looking to switch crop insurance companies, now is the time to learn more about Hunter Insurance Agency at hunterinsuranceagency.com, or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen today in Hunter.
15-12, the edge here for Kenmare Bowbells over the Northern Cass Jaguars in the 3rd set. It's a closeout set for Northern Cass. A win gets them to play Linton HMB back-to-back seasons for the Jags to play the Lions then in the championship if that happens. If Kenmare Bowbells can win this 3rd set, they're still alive, trying to get back to the state championship match for the first time since 2009. They've won it twice in 2009 and 2007 for the Hawkers, but they haven't been back to a state championship match since. Service on the way for Kenmare Bowbells. This will be with Lexi Holter to the service line here for the Hawkers. 10 points away from extending this volleyball match. Service on the way. Evenson with the dig. Erickson backs it. Here's Jensen coming across the slide, and Zimmer able to punch it over on the second. Erickson, this will go with Sand for the tip, and Kenmare Bowbells does a nice job with the cover. This one comes across. Jags will handle it now with Evenson. Backs it on the way. Lucas cross court for the kill. Ellie Lucas with her 6th kill, and the Jags now are back within 2. So to come once we get there on our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. We'll take a look at the final stats, get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Match, and more. That's all still to come on our post-match show. And our RDK Enterprises feature Play of the Match might be the service line here, as Josie Jensen now has 7 aces for Northern Cass. 7 as a unit, that's her 2nd. Kenmare Bowbells so far with 5 on the opposite side. Jensen continues to serve. Zimmer set up outside. Brenna Strokeland hammers it down, but that'll be out of play and point to the Jags. So 3 straight points after the timeout by Coach Johnson here. And it's now a 15-15 advantage. And make it a 16-15 advantage now for the Jags as Jensen earns another ace. Serve will continue here now for Jensen and the Jags. Northern Cass led by the 7 kills of Jensen, and 6 apiece for Hallie Crockett, Ellie Lucas, and Jocelyn Austin. Kenmare Bowbells led by the 11 by Brenna Strokeland so far in this volleyball match. This one into the back. Zimmer with the set. This one comes to Ann Strokeland, able to get it over on the 3rd. Set up middle. Elise Sand with the tip. This one will get over and kept alive by Strokeland. Big hit in the middle by Brenna Strokeland. Outside now for Northern Cass. Off the block is Hallie Crockett. Crockett will handle her 7th, and the Jags up by 2. Service here by Lucas. Check that service on the way by Jensen. Back set on the way. Anna Strokeland will hit one into the net for Ann, and now it's 18-15 and a timeout here on the floor by Kenmare Bowbells. It's Northern Cass now with a 3-point edge. Since they were down by 3, it's a 6-0 run for the Jags on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard on your live event.
Take a good look at Hillsboro. It's conveniently located between Fargo and Grand Forks. Hillsboro is a growing community with solid local schools with high graduation rates. There's an industrial park ready to host a new business. And there's Woodland Park with activities all year round. The Hillsboro Economic Development Corporation asks you to take a good look at Hillsboro when you're thinking about a place to put down roots and grow. For more information, contact the Hillsboro Economic Development Corporation at growhillsboroND.com.
I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here, including the Northern Cass School District, Hillsboro Business Association, American Crystal Sugar, and a whole lot more, including Klein Optel Agency with Farmers Union. Make sure you patronize those sponsors. Without them, we would not be able to be here. Chase Miller with you inside the Bismarck Event Center here on YourLiveEvent.com. Northern Cass on a 6-0 run as Jensen goes to the service line. Josie Jensen with a running jump serve here, as there was nothing slated back in yet, so we'll have a jump ball as the head official again has to give the proper indication to serve this one. As Jensen gets the serve, as we're ready to handle this one for the running jump serve, as she does into the back. Zimmer, where does she go? She goes outside of Brenna Strokeland with the tip, but that'll be hit out of play, and Northern Cass now on a 7-0 run. Kenmare Bowbells did a really nice job opening up the match up 7-1, and they held the lead at 15-12, but since it was 15-12, Hawkers, it's been all the team clad in black, except for that time. They able to earn a point on the way here for Kenmare Bowbells, as this one was set up in the middle, and Strokeland finishes it off. Brenna with her 12th kill of the match. Something that was desperately needed here for Kenmare Bowbells. Again, their backs to the wall here in this 3rd set in the state semifinals. Third on the way. Evenson will handle it there. Jaguars coming up middle. Elise Sandbeck left corner. Now it's for Kenmare Bowbells. Set up middle, the opposite side, and earning the point here for the Hawkers. This one will be with Brenna Strokeland. Strokeland earns her 13th kill of the match here for the Hawkers. Back within 2. Service on the way. This one will be with Evenson. Erickson there with the bump to the outside. Crockett, and Crockett earns the kill. Allie Crockett now with 8 to lead the floor for Northern Cass, and coming on to serve will be Allie Lucas. It's 20-17. Northern Cass 5 points away on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Make sure you're staying tuned to our post-game show. We'll hear from some of the particular players in this one as well. That's all still to come on our post-game. Lucas, this one hit over across. Set up. This one will hit over on the third on the way by Brenna Strokeland. Bumped outside on the way. Hallie Crockett cross-court point awarded here to the Kenmare Honkers. Honkers get the side out now. They'll need to rattle off a couple of points at the service line is Kate Zimmer. As Zimmer does the back right corner. Erickson set up middle. Austin with the tip. Zimmer there with a diving attempt to keep the ball alive, and then they're able to volley it over on the third by Holter. Erickson backs at Austin into the back, and that'll be out of play. Point will be awarded here to the Kenmare Honkers here now at 20-19, the advantage for Northern Cass as Zimmer will continue to serve. As Zimmer handles this one, back right corner. This one tight at the net for Erickson. Crockett with the dump, and that'll be the other side for the kill for Northern Cass. Crockett now with 9 kills to lead the floor. Northern Cass 2 points away from earning a sweep here in the state semifinals over Kenmare Bowbells here. Last season, it went to 5 between these two teams. It's the first match of 2022 between these two clubs, which makes sense. Region 1 meeting Region 8. This one will be into the back here for Kenmare Bowbells. Backs it on the way. Brenna Strokeland off the block, kept alive here by Rust. Evenson bumps it to Hayden Crockett. Cross-court. Zimmer is there for the dig. Set up outside on the way. This one after the hit, that's going to be with a fourth. And a fourth earns the point here for the Honkers. It's now a 1-point advantage for Northern Cass, and Kenmare Bowbells right now trails it by a point. Service on the way here for the Honkers. This one will come across with Brenna Strokeland. Hallie Crockett's there. Where do they go? They push it outside to Hayden Crockett. Zimmer with the dig, and now Kenmare Bowbells will have to get this one over on the third. They're able to do so. Russ backs at Crockett. That's going to be kept alive, and finally it's a kill. As the Honkers with Zimmer with a sprawn attempt. He had her with Bria Cresta as well, but Crockett earns the kill here, 22-20, and a timeout on the floor will break as well on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's Northern Cass up by 2 here in the third set.
At the Thompson Public School, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit the website tps-k12.org for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and information on the construction project and new addition at the Thompson Public School. Follow them on social media and find Tommy Pride with student updates and events with the Thompson Public Schools. Stay in touch with your children's education or find out why the Thompson Public Schools is right for you. tps-k12.org.
A reminder, this broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. Chase Miller with you here. Northern Cass 3 points away from earning a 3-set sweep over the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers here in our second state semifinal. The first semifinal, Lytton HMB came back and closed out Thompson after the Tommies won the first 2 sets. The Lions won in 5, 3-2. Here in this one, Northern Cass won the first set 25-16, won the second set 25-19 as well. Service on the way here for Hallie Crockett. As Crockett will come on now for Northern Cass to serve after the timeout here by Kenmare Bowbells, brought to you in part by Bank North. This one blocked at the net, and it's finished off and blocked here by the Jags and makes it now 23-20. And it looks like Jensen, yes it is, with another block here for Northern Cass. Jensen broke the single match record as well of Elise Sands earlier this season. On the opposite side, Kenmare will see a big hit on by a fourth. It comes right back though, and they bump it over on the first. Now it's Hayden Crockett. That one will be out of play. And for the Honkers, they get the point here. And on to serve, as this one will come for Kenmare Bowbells now in Crest. Crest to the service line, back left corner. Crockett, and that's going to be an ace. Crest earns the ace here. That's going to be the 6th as a unit now for Kenmare Bowbells. as Kenmare Bowbells right now will handle it with Crest back to the service line, trying to tie this one up at 23 apiece. Rust, middle, Jensen, back right corner. Strokeland is there. Now it's Ann for the up and over on the third. Evenson with the bump into the back row is Crockett. This one coming now for Zimmer. Backs it on the way. Cross court on the cross block here by Moline for the kill, and she's got 4, and it's now a 23-23 tie. This one has very feels of what happened in our first 8B semifinal, where Linton HMB had to claw and scrap their way to come back in the third set. Jake's hoping that's not the case here as Jensen with the tip, quickly pushed back over. Now back set, Austin, this one off the block for the kill. Austin with her 7th, and actually they're going to say it's kept alive, It was kept alive on the kick on the way here by Kenmare Bowbells, and that was on the kick on the opposite side here by the right shoe of Abby Kohler. Well, with the World Cup coming up, that's literally a kick save and a beauty. And now it's set point here for Kenmare Bowbells in the third. Middle, Austin, and that'll be Josie Jensen for the kill the other way. She just looks back to her teammates and says, here we go afterwards. Josie Jensen ties his puppy up at 24 apiece. Who's going to get back-to-back points as we got some free volleyball now in the third set. Evenson to the service line for the Jags. Back right corner, Zimmer with the bump, and Strokeland with the push. Crockett with the dig. Rust, middle, Jensen tip. This one covered nicely by the Honkers. Outside, and Strokeland over the double block again, and Rust is there down the line. Bumped outside. This one, Hayden Crockett into the back on the miss hit, and Kenmare Bowbells with another chance to finish this one off here in the third set. Kenmare Bowbells will go to the service line as they'll handle it now for Moline for the third set points. This one in the back for Crockett. Rust, back set. Here comes Jensen for the kill. Josie Jensen now has 9 for the Jags. And it's a 25-25 tie. In the third set in our first semifinal, it was 28-26 Linton HMB over Thompson, and we're getting closer to that right now. Service on the way here for Erickson. Into the middle. This one, Zimmer, set up outside, and Strokeland, and we're going to have a post. It hit the post. It'll be out of play, and Northern Cass is awarded the point. That would have been a kill, but she hit just enough of the post that goes up on the outside, and now it's the Jaguar faithful making some noise behind us with the match point opportunity for Erickson. This one goes down the left line. Zimmer back set on the way, coming up into, and that is going to be a kill here for Kohler. She's got 5, and it's 26-26. Service here for Kenmare Bowbells as they handle it now with Holter to the service line. This one comes to the right-hand side off of Hallie Crockett. This one gets bumped, and then Elise Sam pushes it over on the third. Zimmer set up middle, tipped on the way by Brenna. Strokeland for the kill. Brenna now has 14, and it's the Honkers with a set point opportunity here at 27-26. Again, Kenmare Bowbells must win to keep their hopes alive here for a state championship run. Holter with the serve. This is the back of Evenson, and that'll do it. Set number 3 on the ace here. Winners for the Honkers as Holter earns the ace, the 7th of the match here for Kenmare Bowbells, and we're heading to a 4th set. Our set recap is coming up next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. you need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
The Northern Kansas School District believes that every learner can change the world. That's why they provide a world-class education. Northern Kansas will commit to purposely build trust, develop authentic relationships, and engage in innovative practices which will empower learners to be choice-ready. Northern Kansas is dedicated and passionate about relationships, teaching and learning, self-reflection, acknowledging greatness, and support of the community. For more information, go online to northernkansasschool.org. That's northernkansasschool.org.
As we come back here for a set recap brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency, Kenmare Bowbells pulls off the win. At one point, it was a 7-0 run when the Hawkers were up 15-12, only to see Northern Kansas get up 19-15, and the Hawkers eventually would tie it at 23 apiece and go on to win in the third set, 28-26. 7 kills make it 7 aces so far for the Hawkers. You have 8 on the opposite side for Northern Cass. The Jags with 3 service errors for Kenmare Bowbells. So far, they have 1. Northern Cass led by the 10 kills of Hallie Crockett. On the opposite side for Kenmare Bowbells, led by the 14 kills of Brenna Strokeland. As we go to the fourth set here inside the Bismarck Event Center on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, the Hawkers still with life as Northern Cass will look for a closeout set here in the fourth, with the serve of Erickson. Volleyball of the state semifinals. Both have at least gone 4. Can both now potentially go 5. Cross corner they hit. That's how you start if you're the Hawkers. Brenna Strokeland now at the point here, and it's a 15-kill day here for Brenna Strokeland. As the Hawkers will come on to serve, and Presley Ziltinger has done awfully well from the service line so far with 3 aces. Austin, Erickson, middle. This is tipped on the way by Lucas. Now a chance on the outside here off the block. Using it there as a fourth. Northern Cass, they'll go off the block as well here with Lucas. On the opposite side is Zimmer. Middle on the way. Strokeland, and that's again Brenna for back-to-back kills. And Kenmare Bobo starts the fourth set out early here, 2-0. Linton HMB awaits the winner of this state championship match tomorrow. That'll be at 6 o'clock. Thompson awaits the loser in the third place contest. That'll be at 2 o'clock. Thompson and Northern Cass played for third place in 2020. Tommies came out on the winning edge. This one hit on the outside, out of play after the hit by a fourth. And Northern Cass is on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard here in the fourth set. As this one will come across the net, and a chance now to serve here for Josie Jensen. So far with 9 kills, 8 blocks, that has resulted in a point, and 3 aces here for Jensen. And we'll add another dig after a monster hit by Brenna Strokeland, and then she gets teed up again, and Strokeland right now starting to feel it. She has 3 kills here in this fourth set so far, all the points by Brenna. Service will be coming here for Zimmer and the Hawkers. Erickson back set, and this one just a little bit too far for Elise Sand, and now it's 4-1 here for Kenmare Bowbells. Zimmer upcoming on to serve now for the Hawkers. As she does, it floats across the way. Austin with the dig. Erickson into the back end. Josie Jensen pushes this one over. Then on the third, right back on Northern Cass's side. Erickson outside. Crockett with the push off the block, and we're going to have a net violation here on the Hawkers. Point is awarded to Northern Cass. as the Class A fans are starting to make their way and file their way here into the Bismarck Event Center as well, with Bismarck Century and Bismarck Legacy still to come, and then West Fargo, Cheyenne, and Jamestown in the final match here tonight from the Bismarck Event Center. Coming off the slide here down the line after the hit by Strokeland, kept up on the way there by Lucas and punched over on the third by the Jags. This one coming cross-court on the hit. There was no touch after the shot there by Moline, and the point will be awarded here to Northern Cass. Service on the way for Lucas. Ellie Lucas will come on here, and this one will be an ace. Ellie Lucas with the ace here now for the Jags. She's one of 5 different players now officially with an ace here for Northern Kansas. It's a 4-4 contest. And taking a look at Northern Cass and what they've done this year in the Kenmare Hawkers, not too many times we've gone to a chance as a ball pops onto the floor here, and we'll have a reserve for Northern Cass. Taking a look at the last time they played 4, it was against Langdon in the second to last meeting of the season. They played in 5 against Thompson, played in 4 against Sargent County down in Milner, played in 4 against Kindred and Hunter, played in 5 against Mayport CG, but everything else has been 1 in 3 here for the Jags. And all of a sudden, here come the Hawkers with the kill, the other side of the floor, to make it now 5-4, as this one will be on the outside, and that point is awarded here to the interior play here of the Hawkers. Service on the way here for Strokeland. Erickson set up, Crockett looking cross court. This one hit up. Crest is there as just the Hawkers don't communicate on who was going to get it over the third. Everyone, he just kind of looked and froze and looked at the volleyball like it was a campfire to stay away. Instead of someone saying it's mine, I'll take it. And the point is awarded here to Northern Cass. Oh, freeze frame action for you there. Service on the way here for Rust. Rust so far with 2 aces on the day here for Northern Cass. The Jags out in their all black uniforms with gold numerals and lettering outlined in white. Kenmare Bowbells outside here. This one, the big hit with the right swing by Abby Kohler. She's got her 6th kill. Make it 6-5 now for Kenmare Bowbells on the opposite side here for the Hawkers. Out in their maroon uniforms with white numerals and lettering with Kenmare across the back. Outlined in yellow here. Service on the way for the Hawkers. This will be with Crest, the opposite libero, and Evenson. Northern Cass coming middle here. Austin with the tip across. Now it's going to be volleyed over, and this one blocked at the net by Austin. Dug out and kept alive there by Moline and pushed over. Northern Cass now will have it with Crockett. She's blocked at the net here by the Honkers. Russ pushes it outside to the other Crockett. That's Hayden, and that'll be in for the kill. Much to the chagrin of the Kenmare Bowbells faithful. They thought that play was out, and the point will be awarded here to Northern Cass. Crockett will earn her 4th kill, and Northern Cass will be resulting in the point here, tied at 6 apiece. Service on the way here for Crockett. This one will be outside, and Strokeland for the kill. And now with a kill in every set, and the Hawkers now back up by 1. Service on the way here for Moline for the Hawkers, as Moline will come onto the service line. Evenson, this one Austin, able to get it over on the second. Hawkers now will handle it, looking for the dump kill, partially deflected at the net. Russ with the push, back left corner. Moline is there. Zimmer set up middle on the way. Another monster hit by number 17, Abby Kohler. And Kohler is really starting to get into a rhythm right now. She's got 2 kills here in as many moments here for Kenmare Bowbells. It's an 8-6 lead for the Hawkers. Service by Moline continues. Hallie Crockett's there. This one backs it on the way. This one Austin off the partial block. Hawkers will push it to the outside now, up and over on the third. Here's the Jaguars. Russ middle. Jensen with the tip, and that one kept alive. And they can't quit there quick enough, and the point will be awarded here to Northern Cass. The Jags right now looking to tie things up on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, but Kenmare Bowbells has played awfully better brand of volleyball since we started the 3rd set into the 4th here as well for head coach Tim Wallstrom here for the Hawkers. Northern Cass, they'll push it outside. Lucas, that'll be out of play. Point awarded here. The Hawkers now at 9-7. Hawkers to serve, as this will be with Lexi Holter. Holter so far with one ace on the day for the Honkers. She will come on, dug out by Crockett. This one, Rust middle. Jensen for the kill. Jensen now with 10 kills in this contest for Northern Cass. Service on the way for Noel Erickson. Which team is going to get that 4 or 5 point run in them? Honkers led 4-1, and then they've led throughout so far, or it's been tied in this fourth set. This one in the back, Honkers will handle it here to the outside, and a miss hit by Brenna Strokeland, and it's now 9 apiece. Service on the way here for Northern Cass. This will be with Erickson. We'll continue. This one back left corner. Honkers push it outside here. This one up and over by Brenna Strokeland on the cross-court shot. Now the middle here for Jensen for the tip, covered there by Zimmer. And Strokeland will have to get this one over then on the third. It goes right back over on the Honkers side. Coming across on that slide is going to be Brenna Strokeland, blocked at the net by Jensen. Then they push it over on the second. Erickson backs it. Elise Sand looking for the cross-court hit, and that one kept moving here by Holter in the back for the Honkers. This one properly placed by Ann Strokeland right in front of a diving Austin, and Strokeland has her 6th kill of the contest here for the Honkers. It's now 10-9. For Kenmare Bowbells, trying to get to that fourth set after losing set one 25-16, 25-19, but winning the third 28-26, and there is a kill for Jensen. Josie now with 11, and we're tied up here at 10 apiece. Service on the way here for Jensen and Northern Cass. Service upcoming here for Jensen. With the running jump serve as that one dies, but a good dig outside on the way here off the little change up after they hit there by a fourth. And Crockett gets this one over then on the third, and it's going to be miss hit in the back, and we'll actually have a lift, and we do. A point awarded here to Northern Cass at 11-10. Those are certain things we haven't seen a lot of in this set for both Northern Cass and Kenmare Bowbells, either the double hit or the lift. It's been a really clean match for the most part. Again, 3 service errors by the Jags, 1 so far here by Kenmare Bowbells. Honkers blocked at the net by Elise Sand after they hit there by Strokeland. And Sand has her 4th block. That's resulted in a point here as the Jags lead it by 2. Service on the way here for Jensen. Northern Cass again hasn't been in too many matches this season that have gone 4, if not 5. Kenmare Bowbells, after a 5-setter last night, trying to do the same, win in 5. This one is going to be hit out of play, and we're going to get a timeout here by Kenmare Bowbells after the cross-court miss hit here by Taya, a 4th. And now all of a sudden you look up, we're mentioning who's going to make a little bit of a run. Well, Northern Cass on a 4-0 run right now on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. They lead it by 3 in the state semifinals on yourliveevent.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we remain true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Timeout brought to you in part by Bank North. A 3-point edge here for Northern Cass at 13-10. Josie Jensen, 11 kills, 8 blocks, 3 aces on the opposite side for Kenmare Bowbells. Brenna Strokeland so far with 18 kills to lead the floor last night. She was able to have 27 kills in their 5-set win over Dickinson Trinity. 13-10, Jags here after the timeout by Kenmare Bowbells. Jensen to serve this one, backside, and Strokeland hits one into the net. That's Brenna, and Northern Cass starting to put some separation between themselves and the Honkers now in this 4th set. Again, a closeout set for the Jags. For the Honkers, this is a do-or-die set to try to get to set number 5. Jensen with the running jump serve. This one will be into the back and pushed over then on the third by the Honkers there with Moline. Middle setup here off the block is Elise Sand, and that'll be a kill. Sand earns the point now at 15-10. And the run continues now at 6-0. Service here by Jensen. This one will be coming. to the back left. Honkers outside. We'll see if that's off the block. It is in the back. Kenmare Bowbells says that it's a fourth. Will earn the point here, and that's going to be a point here for the Honkers at 15-11. So we have a touch here in the back, and the point will be awarded to the Honkers, and that times a 6-0 run. Regardless here for Northern Cass, up by 4, but the Honkers needed the point here with Zimmer onto the service line. As she handles it, Crockett is there for the dig. Now they go back to Hallie Crockett with a tip over, covered by the Honkers. Zimmer set. This one, Strokeland off the block. Joust at the net. This one is going to be won by the Honkers, and then we'll have a net violation here. Going underneath was Hallie, and the Honkers with back-to-back points. Service continuing here for Zimmer, and we'll have a timeout on the floor. This will be with Angie Johnson. We'll break as well on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Northern Cass leads it by 3.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nb.gov/confident.
I'm Trace Tisburn. I'm confident on the stage, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
As we come back here, an update for you in the consolation semifinals in Class A. Bismarck St. Mary's over Fargo South, 3-1. So St. Mary's will play West Fargo in the consolation championship, while North will play South for 7th place tomorrow in Class A. Still to come in Class A, Century Legacy after the conclusion of this match, and then Cheyenne against Jamestown later on in the semifinals, as the consolation side of the semifinals in Class B with New Rockford, Cheyenne, and Garrison is getting underway. But here in the Class B semifinals, after the timeout by Northern Cass, serve will continue by Zimmer. Erickson backs it on the way. Here goes Lucas off the block for the kill. Lucas now with 7 here for the Jags at 16-12. So you have Hallie Crockett with 10, Josie Jensen with 11, Lucas with 7 here for Northern Cass to lead the floor for the Jags. Service on the way. This one will come across, and that's an ace. Now at 17-12 here, and that ace by the aforementioned Lucas. Hallie now has 2, and the Jags have 4 or more players with 2 aces or more, led by Jensen with 3. And Northern Cass now up by 5 on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. This one will come to the 10-foot line, set up outside here. Pushed in, this one blocked at the net by Sand. Elisa with her 5th block. That's resulted in a point, and after the timeout here by Coach Johnson, 3 straight points by the Jags. Service on the way will come with Lucas. Service on the way for Lucas into the back left corner. Honker set up outside here down the line, and that'll be in there for a kill. Madison Moline now has her 5th of the contest, and for the Honkers, they get the side out here, 18-13, and a serve will continue here by Strokeland. That's Brenna. Brenna Strokeland into the back, Evenson with the dig. This one at the 10-foot line and punched over them by Erickson on the 3rd. This one will be backset on the way. Blocked at the net after the hit by Moline. Blocked on the outside by Crockett. That's Hallie, now 19-13. Jags will look to close out the Honkers here in the 4th. And for Kenmare Bowbells, time is not on their side as they're trying to find a way to come back here in this 4th set. Running jump serve here by Addison Russ, the back left corner. That's going to be an ace. Russ now with her 3rd ace, and tally them up, 5, 8, 10, and 11 aces here for Northern Cass to 3 service errors. Kenmare Bowbells right now with 7 aces to 1 service error on the opposite side. Russ continues to serve. Kress with a dig, Zimmer set up middle here, blocked at the net after the hit by Moline, and another block here by the Jags. And you had Austin and Hayden Crockett there for the block. It's now 21-13. And we're going to give that one on the way here to Austin for the block here for the Jags. Service by Russ. They're running jump serve into the back for Kenmare Bowbells. They'll set it up to the outside. This a big hit. We're going to have a net violation, and this will be on Northern Cass. After the hit on the way by Kohler. And out at a football score, the Honkers will be at the service line. Service on the way for Kenmare Bowbells. This will be with Crest, and she will come on to the back to Evenson. Northern Cass backs at Crockett. This one is going to be an opportunity for a kill, but doing a nice job getting that one over on the third is Kohler. Into the middle now is Austin, one-on-one, back left corner. That one out of play, no touch. And point awarded here to the Honkers. Service here by Libero in Crest for Kenmare Bowbells, the sophomore at 5'6". As Crest will come on to the opposite libero, and Evenson tied at the net. Russ runs out of real estate, and that's an ace. Crest with her second one of the match for Kenmare Bowbells here, and the Honkers slowly but surely cutting that deficit now down to 5. They need another 2-3 points to really put some pressure here on the Jags in this fourth set. Outside on the way is Hayden Crockett up and over the double block. Now a chance for Kenmare Bowbells as they have a big hit there by Kohler. Backs it on the way is Crockett as Crest gets the dig into the back row. Pushed over them by Brenna Strokeland. Good spot. Jensen, though, with the dig. This one comes over with Hayden Crockett. Zimmer able to get it over, but then runs into the net. And a point here for the Jags at 22-16. Northern Cass now 3 points away. Service here for Northern Cass with Crockett. This one coming, set up outside. Strokeland blocked at the net by Jensen. Josie Jensen, we got her down with 9 blocks. That's resulted in a point, and it's Northern Cass 2 points away here on YourLiveEvent.com, trying to get to their third overall state championship appearance and their second straight here as well. Jensen gets this one across. Good dig by Crest. Outside middle here, and this is blocked at the net. Kohler with the hit, and Jensen with the block party. She's got a double-double now in volleyball in kills and blocks. Match point here for the Jags. Crockett to serve. This one into the back. Zimmer backs it on the way. This one tip blocked at the net and finished off by Jensen. Northern Cass finishes it off 25-16 in set number 4. And 3-1, Northern Cass picks up the win. Our post-game show brought to you in part by Halstead Telephone Company is coming up next.
Don't be by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source from sunup to sundown. They're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Contact Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance, Hillsboro.
We've been around long enough to know that research in the lab reaps rewards in the field. At the Cess van der Haaf Innovation Center, we're working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature. We're dedicated to improving what we produce, so you can be too. Contact your local Cess van der Haaf dealer to learn about our varieties suited for your soils. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Cess van der Haaf, a passion that grows.
As we come back here on our post-game show, a final again, Northern Cass wins it 3-1. As the Jags move on to the semifinals tomorrow with a 3-1 win. We'll get to our post-game show brought to you in part by Halstead Telephone Company with the HTC connection. Northern Cass will play Lytton HMB at 6 o'clock. We'll have that match for you right here on Your Live Event. And Kenmare Bowbells, the Honkers, they will play tomorrow at 2 o'clock against Thompson. Also a match we'll have for you right here on YourLiveEvent.com as well. So that is the state semifinals. This is our post-game show connection. Halstead Telephone Company keeping you connected. Discover local reliability you can trust at halsteadtel.com. That again is at halsteadtel.com. The win here for Northern Cass. Back-to-back seasons for the Jags as they get to the state championship with a 25-16, 25-19, 26-28, and 25-16 win in the fourth set. Northern Cass now 38-1 on the season, where Kenmare Bowbells drops to 42-3. We go from there. Let's get to our Enbridge Energy player of the match. Enbridge Energy Tomorrow is happening right now more than ever. The world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. Visit tomorrowison.com. Enbridge, life takes energy. As for Northern Cass, they're able to pick up the win. And part of our conversation here, Josie Jensen with 11 kills. We had her down for 11 blocks that resulted in a point as well. She is our Enbridge Energy player of the match. And we'll get to our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the match as well. But first, we'll take a timeout. Then we'll hear from some of the faithful here. Cadence Evenson will join us on our postgame show. That's next on YourLiveEvent.com.
At the Thompson Public School, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit the website tps-k12.org for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and information on the construction project and new addition at the Thompson Public School. Follow them on social media and find Tommy Pride with student updates and events with the Thompson Public Schools. Stay in touch with your children's education or find out why the Thompson Public Schools is right for you. tps-k12.org.
As we continue now on our post-game show, join us from Northern Cass again, the senior libero Cadence Evenson. And first and foremost, able to get back to a state championship. What does that mean here against a team that you faced last year in the semifinals and had to win one in 4 sets here?
Well, it's just super exciting, and I think we're the whole team's very excited to play and just leave it all out there on the floor for one last game.
And what did you? Everything was working well in the first and second, then all of a sudden you put their backs to the wall and Kenmare came out swinging like you thought they would. But what did you see from your team in the fourth set to say, okay, yeah, we dropped a set, but we can come back and find a way to close them off here in the fourth?
I think we just realized that they do have really hard swings and that we needed to just push through and put the ball down on the other side. And I think we did that in the fourth set.
Talk about Josie Jensen, just a one-woman wrecking crew. Again, we said volleyball term double-double with kills and blocks. What was she like? When she gets those blocks, what does it do for a player in the back row?
She really saves my butt sometimes in the back row. So I'm really appreciative of her when she gets up and she gets those blocks and she gets those balls down.
How fun is it as the senior six to get to another state championship? Obviously the work's not done. You got a really good team. You played in HMB last year. It feels like the storyline continues from 2021 to this season, Cadence, but what does it feel like as a senior to know no matter what happens, you're going to go out as a championship match performance here coming up in about 24 hours?
It's amazing. I mean, it really hasn't hit me yet, and so just going out and playing, whether you get one or two, is just really amazing, and it's such a blessing to be out on the floor playing with my girls for the one last time.
Last thing, the balance of this team. How fun is it just to continue to play with someone at any particular time, whether it's Ellie, whether it's Hayden early on, able to see Addie get some serves that resulted in aces. How fun is it just from across the board where it could be anyone on any particular set?
I think just to sum it up, I love celebrating everyone and what they can do for this team.
Cadence, thanks so much for your time. We'll see you tomorrow night in the state championship.
Thank you so much.
Cadence Evenson again with us here on our post-game show. We'll continue after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Are you thinking about upgrading your planter? This is Shane from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsborough and Drayton. I ask you the question about upgrading your planter because this is the time for you to ask me to explain the Precision Plant Partner programs. Yes, you could get some of your planter equipment paid for. Contact RDK Enterprises 701-636-2119 at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com.
As we continue here on YourLiveEvent.com, Angie Johnson joined us. Angie, we were just talking off air, you know, the blocks at the net really were the difference maker in this one. I mean, Elise Sand, I had her for 5 that were just cleaned by herself. Josie, she had 11. You add in Jocelyn with 2, 1 apiece by Crockett and 1 by Ellie Lucas as well. When the team can at least get those blocks that result in points, as much as it's ricochets and help your back row a little bit at times, when it's just a true block, what does that do for this team from top to bottom?
It gives us so much momentum. I mean, in order to keep the ball on their side of the net, that's big, and in order to end the point right there, I mean, it makes them the other team have to figure out, okay, where can I put the ball on their side of the court, and if we're playing defense around the block, that's even better.
And at the end of the day, a double-double in volleyball. You hear it in basketball all the time, triple-doubles, but how rare is it in volleyball from a block-to-kill standpoint? As much as you probably get it in digs and kills, particularly if you're going around the rotation, but how important was Josie's performance here this afternoon?
Really important. I mean, that's what we rely on her for is her blocking, and obviously she's good offensively for us too, but getting her hands up and being able to get to everything that she does at her size is really good.
You got challenged in the third set, 28-26. What did you see from your team to finish it out in the fourth?
We just had to refocus. They had a ball, up off their foot in the third set, late in the third set, and that just gave them a lot of momentum and energy, and so we didn't really handle that very well. We kind of struggled. So I think just refocusing and then just making sure that we're not making those little tiny errors that gave them those quick points in the third set.
And all of a sudden it feels like 2021 again. You went 5 with the Honkers last year. This year you go 4. You get a chance to go up against Linton HMB as well. They had a dogfight with Thompson in the first semifinals. So next 24 hours, how much can you take away from the team that was last year compared to your team that's this year in that championship? Because there's some new faces from both sides of the net here this season, Angie.
Yeah, we have a lot of returners, so I'm feeling really good with our confidence factor and our experience and just being in that situation. I think last year we had a lot of jitters. We had some last-minute people that had to play. So I think just with the experience and, we beat them already, but they're a tough team. So I think just going out there and playing our best and playing on what we need to do on our side of the court is what's most important.
And I know we've talked about the balance before, but at times it was Hayden that was doing the right thing. At times it was Ellie. At times in the back again, we were talking about Elise Sand at the front. Jocelyn just continued to get big point after big point when it was needed. The balance of this team, I think, really showed itself in the fourth set a little bit here today, Angie.
Yeah, it's super important. If we rely on one or two people, we usually do rely on Hallie and Josie a lot, but I think when those other girls can step up and get a couple, 2, 3, 4, 5 kills, it really makes a difference in our momentum and in our energy and our confidence with everybody too.
Angie, thanks so much for your time. We'll talk to you tomorrow for our pregame show for the championship.
Thank you.
Angie Johnson again with Northern Cass will put a bow on our postgame show. That is next.
At Ver West Contracting, they treat you like family. Why? Because they're family owned and operated. Located in the heart of the Red River Valley, brothers Mark and Scott Verwest established Ver West Contracting in 2004. They're a full-service contractor offering services from electrical and HVAC. Ver West Contracting handles everything from residential, commercial, and agriculture work. For more information, stop by their location in Hunter or go online to verwestcontracting.com.
While the loss for Kenmare Bowbells, that snaps a 19-match winning streak. On the opposite side for Northern Cass, they've won their 12th straight. Let's get to our final thing that we need to hammer out. That is our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the match, and it's the blocks at the net again. For Northern Cass, just clean blocks. We had this team for Northern Cass for 15, 16, you add them up with 20 compared to 3 for Kenmare Bowbells. That resulted in points here for Northern Cass to Kenmare Bowbells. On the opposite side, just not enough firepower again at the net. That is our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the match. Call 701-636-2119. And again, RDK Enterprises. Visit your planter experts at planterdoc.com as you get ready again for the spring planting season. So our championship match is ready to roll here. Northern Cass with double digits of Jensen in kills and Crockett. Kenmare Bowbells led by Brenna Stroke when we enter down for 18 kills in this match. Just some of the particulars in this one. Northern Cass now 38-1. The Honkers dropped to 42-3. And coming up tomorrow on your live event, we will have the third place match at 2 o'clock between Kenmare Bowbells and Thompson. That is an approximate time as they'll get everything going tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for the Class B Consolation Championship. Then at noon is the Class A Consolation Championship. For the approximate time, Thompson, Kenmare Bowbells at 2, and then Linton HMB, Northern Cass at 6. In the championship, we will have both of those matches tomorrow here on YourLiveEvent.com. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Friday evening and join us tomorrow for 2 good Class B volleyball matches between Thompson and Kenmare Bowbells for third and Linton HMB and Northern Cass for the championship. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night.